Hey guys, we'll get started in just a couple minutes. AR, why don't you try saying something?
Okay. I will say the hour before this was incredibly musically blessed.
Yes, it was.
Or more
Okay,
like blurst.
yeah, they can. Yeah, Dev, go ahead and say a bit more.
It was definitely blurst.
Blurst.
Hey, I'll have you know.
I
I'll
I
have you
shared one
know.
of those to my Facebook, so there.
I'll have you know. Evangelion and Space Jam mashed together. Every single terrible Space Jam song remix is like gorgeously perfect. Almost every single one you can find.
Get in the robot, Barkley.
I mean, the Space Jam soundtrack is the first one I've ever bought with my own money as a
You know,
child.
objectively,
good
the only
choice.
the only thing that bothers me is the image. They're all Charles Barkley.
Bothered by. I think that's a
No,
selling point.
no. Here's why I'm bothered. There were other people in that movie other than him, and I don't even remember off the top of my head if Barkley's in the movie.
So they should have made one of them Bill Murray.
Oh God, did you? Okay, we're not in the show yet, but did you see? A company re-released the old Charles Barkley game, but they don't have the rights to use him.
So what do they do, Mr.
How?
Dream?
No, it's all been replaced by like one generic face.
Oh no.
But wait, I gotta find the image. But okay, I found it. I'm linking this in the chat too because they need to see it. So every single shot is basically the same guy. Like you can see the images. They use the same face every single place. Barkley's there, and they call him Joe Hoops.
Joe Hoops.
But like, look at the images. It's the same face, no matter what the image of Barkley is.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But it's literally every fucking time. They just rename him Joe Hoops, and it's the same image of the guy every single time. Yeah. Yeah, I got
So
reminded of that.
So now we need Space Jam 3 with Joe Hoops.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah. And it looks like the title is now Hoops Shut Up and Jam.
Yes.
Oh, I wonder if they picked that last name when they decided Hoops would be in the title, or if that's just like the most gorgeous coincidence of all time.
I'm sure they put a lot of thought into this.
Hey, the people have a right to know. Joe Hoops.
Joe Hoops.
Oh, I think we're good to start, wouldn't you say? Although I'm not sure we can ever
Yeah.
top discussing Joe Hoops.
Never again.
Okay,
We've
you guys ready to go?
Yep.
I suppose.
Okay. Welcome to the WtW podcast. We're here to entertain and inform while talking about Digimon a bit. I'm Mark, I run with the will.
I'm Mayor Palver and from Digimon System Restore.
DevQ, and I take care of Wikimon
I
sometimes.
have to be honest, I was 99% sure AR was going to introduce himself as Joe Hoops.
I was tempted.
Oh, God.
I was hoping for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for those of you listening to the audio show before the show, we were talking about how they removed Barkley from Barkley Shut Up and Jam and replaced him with a guy named Joe Hoops, and they used the same image of him every single time in the game.
Not the first
Golly.
time we've had crappy generic-sized athletes fill in for key stars in Super Nintendo games, though.
Now I need to
Like-
find out.
Oh, like everybody except for Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Jr.
See, that's one that's never going to get re-released because Nintendo has it, and they're just not going to do it without him.
No.
Oh, man. There's so much stupid shit. Now, the important thing we need to find out, have they ever replaced Terry Bradshaw in a game? And just
Hmm.
I don't think Terry Bradshaw would be. Well, I think Terry Bradshaw was
He's
before there were
irreplaceable.
football video games that
I
used
don't know.
players.
In the 80s and 90s, there were a lot of weird headliner video games.
Yeah, but they probably wouldn't have had Bradshaw. He'd be out of the. He would have been out by then because he was
Yeah,
70s.
yeah, I guess that's true. But still, there's been some weird ones.
Like I have a video game that has like Joe Montana and Dan Marino in it. So
M-
that's any earlier than that. I don't know if you're gonna find anything.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's been a fun week. Hey, the Joe Hoops conversation made everything better.
That
Oh
is
man.
true. I mean, I literally watched the episode right before the podcast because I did not have any time whatsoever the past several days to do it.
And
I don't
let's
know.
talk.
This feels like kind of a mellow week by comparison to the last two.
Yeah, they're being mellow now that they've chucked it. You'd think they would have gone mellow before they chuck out everything at us. Instead, they just chuck more, and then afterwards they go mellow.
Yeah, the pacing's a little
Yeah,
off. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we often do that. If they just switched a couple of episodes
Oh no, no,
around,
I'm
it
not
would have
talking about
looked better.
episodes.
But
I'm talking about like the actual brand pacing.
okay.
Like they had huge announcement week, and the 2 weeks before that, they were just throwing stuff at us constantly. Now
And then
we
there's nothing.
and now we're like at the point where any given day stuff could start being thrown at us insanely, and like you can almost feel them doing as little as possible rather than spreading it out. Like you can feel it. But on to the actual episode, a place to return to with everyone's favorite character, El Doradimon.
He is a
Oh
good
yeah,
turtle.
him.
Giant turtle climbing up a hill.
Yep.
Turtle dove.
At
Well,
the end, it was.
that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say
All I could
this.
think of was Home Alone 2.
I actually think the way they introduced Taichi and Agumon into the episode actually works really well.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Having it
Like,
just
they start
start
with.
with them and they just stumble upon what's going on, it actually really worked well, I thought.
Yeah, it really did
Yeah, because
because you
I
kind of
didn't
show up.
immediately go, God damn it, Taichi.
Well, it
Yeah,
worked.
well, you.
It works especially since it's not doing what they've been doing, which is just a plot is going and then they just show Taichi and Agumon walking by,
It's
like
almost the reverse. Like
yeah,
Taichi, if you come in through Taichi's perspective and you get it in the middle of the story, like you
yeah,
don't need to worry about how Takeru found Eldradiman in this situation
yeah.
because that doesn't matter. It's
No,
where we are
It's
right
just
now, which is
there.
Takeru trying to push a turtle up a
and of course, it's
cliff.
very nice that they explain away magical random Lopmon not being there to be able to help with magical floating powers. Lopmon's
Yep.
busy. Lopmon's trying to find people condos. Which and that's an it's interesting. Almost nothing happens in the episode, but I'm kind of happy with the episode overall. But like not
Friend.
it
At this point, I like anything that they do differently.
yeah. And
Like
man,
if
I will
it's if
say
it's not part of the normal shtick, it's like okay, I'm okay with this.
they really amped up Gravimon appearing in this one for one where he really doesn't do much. Like
Which I liked. It
I
it
know
creates a false sense of anticipation because you're expecting it's like, okay, Gravimon's here, they're gonna get most of the way up, and then he's gonna mess everything up by
see I
attacking
didn't
everybody.
see I'm
You're
not
just
sure.
ready for that
mm,
to happen, and it
See
doesn't.
see
It's like, oh, this is refreshing.
I never really saw that
Yeah.
coming, to be honest, because he was so disinterested in it generically. It never came across that he was going to show up and try to fuck things up. It felt
I
more
assume
like,
like some Birdmon would have like fried his brain or some shit while
yeah, I guess that's possible, yeah.
Yeah, and he certainly wasn't like he was mocking the effort at some point.
Well, I was mocking it because originally there was no plan or attempt. It was just Takeru and Patamon sitting there pushing on one of his legs.
And there is a certain mentality that a lot of that people have when they face these kinds of losses. And it's like if I've lost everything, I'm not gonna let
Yeah.
you claim something.
And They actually
He
worked
could
that
be.
in.
I could
Pretty
They worked.
absolutely
muffin.
see him being a dick like
I
that.
know, but they worked that in really well, especially Takeru's response to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit kind of sucks, but I want at least Eldoradimon to
Yeah.
not have to deal with shit sucking.
Yeah.
It's like
And
only one person here can actually go home. We might as well try to get him there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Takeru calling back his family being divorced. It's like,
So
I have happy
okay.
memories of this, of being a united family, and now that's never going to happen again.
So weird thing
So I'm
about
in the
that.
same boat as all of you guys who had your homes destroyed.
Any other time they flash back to that, haven't they been graying out their face and not actually using the adventure designs for the parents? I think this is the
I
first time we actually clearly see them.
Is it? I
I think
honestly don't
I
I don't
remember.
recall really.
I think every other time we get gray blobby thing over the faces when there's been an attempt to see them.
We're never gonna meet them, so it doesn't matter.
You're gonna be so fucking pissed when episode 66 does it.
No, I'll be happy. I just don't expect them to. Like, I
And
would love if
no,
we actually learned about the characters'
here's why
families,
you'll
but
be
we're not
upset.
going to.
Here's why you'll be upset. It ends with Taichi going on a walk, and you see a ghost floating in the distance, and then you have to go, oh no, he's gonna walk past in the first episode of Ghost Game, and give the kid his goggles.
Yeah.
Oh, you know we're gonna get one of those stupid fucking Digimon's never been in the modern position to get one of those before. The handoff thing,
Yeah.
because Kamen Rider does it, Sentai does it, Pretty Cure does it. Taichi's gonna show up in the scene with the Ghost Game kid. And it's gonna be like they're gonna walk by each other. There's gonna be a high five or a handshake, and
Oh,
then
how you got here from Hiroaki Yoshida. I'm just kind of like, you're just going off on your tangent. I'm just not acknowledging
oh,
it.
I'm 100% going off on the tangent because I 100% expect it to happen because they do it for every other show, and Digimon's never had the opportunity for it before. For them to do that weird handoff thing that I don't think we ever actually get, I
Yeah.
guarantee it. And hey, Electmon there. And for the 2 lines he has, it's his normal actor, which is it's very strange how like in depth they've gone to get some people back.
It's like, oh, we have them.
Yep. But yeah, there's been a lot of weird. It's weird in this one because he just doesn't show up. Does Electmon has like 2 lines, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah. And
3 or 4,
yeah,
because he's kind of like bitching about how, yeah, we have no home.
yeah. Nice of him to show up, and
I see. I thought he'd shown up already.
see he may have. We definitely got what's the purple one called?
The perp,
The
it's
black,
still
Or is it
black
Electron.
just
Electmon.
okay? It's just Electmon.
Or
Okay.
Electmon Black, yeah.
I don't even think it has that after the name like many of the others do. I
Yeah,
think.
it's Electmon purple in parentheses. It used to be
Oh,
Okay.
like
purple.
virus, but then
Oh,
they
Okay.
switched to the thing of using the colors instead of the attributes.
Hey, at least that's better than Metal Greymon parentheses 2010. But yeah, and lots of random cameos where they went, we're going to use this model sheet and recolor it into a random recolor that no one's seen for 20 years.
It was kind of refreshing. It's like, oh, it's
And you
Nisei Dramogamon. He has a little mustache.
and you can tell one staff member did not get the updated sheet because Ryosuke Asano is credited as Gaburimon.
It's okay. They
And for
forgot to
and
put on Palmon's ears.
But yeah, I'm happy with the episode. The weird one was the Monzemon randomly showed up, and Tucker's like, "It's the real Monzemon." It's like, what?
What?
It feels like there's a story missing here. Like don't get me wrong.
Like, oh yeah, that's how
I
we got
know,
like.
I know they did the episode with Takeru, and they had the Monzemon statue, and Waru
Mhm.
Monzemon popped up. But Takeru's like, "It's the real Monzemon." It's like, did you meet him at some point? It
Yeah,
feels
right?
like It feels like
There's
We're
been so many episodes that they might have, and I don't remember them anymore. Like,
I
I
They
don't
don't.
didn't,
remember where
but
half of
Moro
these guys
Manzemon was
came
like
from.
Oh, most
disguised
of the
as
no,
regular Manzemon.
most of these guys we absolutely have not ever seen. Most of them. Some of them we have, but most we did not. Like we definitely didn't meet
Like,
Gravimon
yes, our
before.
mascot, Manzemon.
And yes, since people brought up, yes, Mondemon was oddly large.
Yeah.
When they show that wide shot, it's like 1/5 the size of Eldoradimon. He could probably just like pick him up,
Just launch him over.
just kick him, and just
Yeet!
Would
flying
Eldoradimon
turtle.
fit in one of his heart bubbles?
See, I'm bothered because that actually is like a real question. As much as that's supposed to be like a shit post, that's a real question.
That's
Would that actually
that
work?
isn't that is a 200. If I put that on Reddit, it would get 200 comments arguing about it.
Yes. As would the question about which do you think makes a better engine? One Greymon or Leomon doing both of his hands? I have to be honest, I fucking love that little touch, especially when the shot later of Greymon still doing it, he's now sitting
Mhm.
down and pushed back against a wall.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I like the episode.
Yeah, this was I there's
And
it's hard to be cynical. It's hard for me to be cynical
yes,
about
it's a
this
very
episode. Like
fun. It's very fun.
it's really slow. It doesn't have any action, but at the same time it's just kind of cute nonsense, and
Yes,
like it actually covers Takeru's,
growth.
Takeru activating his crest better than most of them have.
And
So I'm
hey,
fine with this.
Seraphimon sort of appears in the energy
Yeah, his
bubbly thing that shows up.
Seraphimon half
Well,
appears.
the thing
It
is, like, Break the Chain started playing, so I figured, oh, they're actually gonna have an evolution this time.
No.
No.
Hey,
No, we hadn't
Eldoradimon got wings. That kind of
yeah,
counts.
It
And
is a turtle dove.
actually, wait, I
turtle
need to check
dove.
something. Eldoradimon. I want to see if anyone's tried arguing that's a separate form.
Oh god.
Damn, it's not on Wikimon yet. No one trying to argue about it.
Please don't give them ideas. I'm so tired.
Oh, I forgot. Since it came up, someone sent a message saying I shouldn't talk about Wikimon behind the back of the staff on the podcast, and I should point out we're not actually
The
kidding.
staff is on the
Yes,
podcast.
Dev is one of the admins in charge of Wikimon. When I'm making
I've been
comments
doing
about
it for
Wikimon,
16 fucking years.
I'm literally
Longer
saying
than
it.
some of these people have been alive.
I'm literally saying it to the person you're supposed to make the complaints to. Especially doing it because it's just funnier to say it when she's sitting right fucking here in public. In no way can me insulting Wikimon be behind her back. In fact, I often tag her when I'm bitching about it on the Discord. It's not
And I'm
behind
just like
anyone's back.
screeching because that's
Yeah.
sometimes the first time I
Yeah.
hear about the latest dumb shit someone did.
Oh wait.
I'm like, God damn it, won't you fuckers
Okay.
let me sleep?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and check one more thing, and then we'll move on from Wikimon. Let's go ahead and see what Yo-Yo-Mon's called.
Oh god.
It's
Are
still
we still back to that?
Yachts 2 exclamation point, Yachts 2 exclamation point Mon. Oh well.
My suffering is
Muse-
endless.
Musymon's naming that one.
But yeah, happy with the episode. It would have been nice to get some update on how they got to that point outside of Takeru's. Yeah, stuff was going great with Hikari Tailmon, and I just hoofed out to go figure out what to do.
They don't ever explain that stuff
Oh, I'm not
anyway,
saying
so
they
I'm
do.
just
I would
rolling
like
with
them
it
to.
at this
I
point.
would like them to at some point. Like, here's the thing: Gravimon's a jackass. Why is he with them? I understand.
it's-
Schadenfreude.
Yeah,
But
it's
He's
like
just
I
like-
figured he was in the same boat as everybody and just kind of like, I guess
No,
I'll
I know,
tag
but
along
he
here.
like very clearly doesn't like people. Instead, he's sort of just floating around with them, even though he's powerful enough that he could pretty much go and do whatever he wants in 90% of places in the digital world.
I assume they have food in there.
But it's also kind of like watching a dumpster fire.
Yeah, I guess
That's
so.
too.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah,
Watch them all make. Well, you can sit back, watch them all make asses of themselves. Good times.
I'm honestly happy with this episode.
Gravimon needs entertainment too.
And then next week we get to see what everyone's been waiting for: Shakuamon.
Yeah. In an
Boo.
episode that has nothing to do with Takeru as well.
The Tears of Shakuman. Now, here's the thing I've been thinking about for a few days. If Shakuman talks, who do you think the voice is going to be?
Oh
Same
god,
one that did it
Because
in Cross Wars?
I hope it's the one from Cross Wars.
Well, because here's the thing. We talked about this last week with Valkyremon showing up. He's been around.
Huh? There you go.
So it could be
Yeah, I hope
him.
it's the one from it's. I hope it's the one from Cross Wars.
Yeah,
That
I'm
one was
looking.
bananas.
I'm looking up who that was to see if he's been around also, because an odd number of old actors have shown up for this. Who? Okay, there's Shakuamon. Let's see.
I mean, the whole cast of Cross Wars is already in this. Let's just.
Oh, she's not in this.
Yeah.
Wow, one of the few major actors from Cross, because she was Monitormon, she was Clockmon. Wow, she's basically the only major Cross Wars actor to not be in Adventures so far.
Or
So
she's just been busy.
so
There you
we'll
go.
see. We'll see. I get the feeling it's gonna be Hawkmon's actor, if I had to guess. Or they could be really
Aw.
late, or they could be really lazy and just have it be Miwa Matsumoto.
It'll be Volcano Oda.
See,
I hope so.
that's not fucking funny, because it's gonna be Volcano Oda. As much as we laugh, that's like one of the most likely people.
It
And
absolutely could be.
An
Like
episode where
anytime,
every character is Volcano Oda.
anytime you're trying to figure out who's going to voice a character, you've got even money on Volcano Oda.
yeah, which makes me really fucking happy, if I'm being honest.
I'm not complaining.
And then Adventure got into the top 10 ratings again. This time it tied with Eden Zero and Dragon Quest.
Was it above or below Curious George?
Below.
God damn
Well,
it.
well, here's the thing.
Goddamn monkey.
It aired on the last day of the Olympics. So, like, closing day, and Curious George aired an earlier day. So Curious George got to cheat.
Curse you, monkey!
But
we're just trying to take out the monkey at this
But that's
point.
actually the interesting thing, is I think that's the first time Dragon Quest has shown up in the ratings. And that show's been doing decently well as far as I know, so that gives you an idea of like where Adventure is. That the other big show Toei is doing right now has shown up for its first time. So good, and we'll see where. I don't expect it to show up next week or this week at this point. I think there was some Olympic advantage there for Adventure. But I'm willing to be pleasantly surprised, so we'll see. And then it's been 22 years since it aired on Fox Kids and Digimon started in English.
Yeah.
It is still weird to think in that era getting a full English release so quickly.
Yeah, those turnarounds
Maybe they were trying
amazing.
to. Oh, I think it's because Fox was like desperate to have something to compete with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you have like what, Freakazoid or some shit on there?
Well, that's the
No,
thing
Freakazoid was WB.
Yeah, and Freakazoid, there's other weirder stuff to deal with. Like, it very much looks like things were taken from Madman for that, especially if you look at the costumes. But in the case of Adventure and O2, it especially got weird when I think there was a point when it was only like 2 months behind, or at least a little bit.
It was like 2 or 3 months was the fastest I remember.
Yeah, but there were a few times when that, like, it's kind of normal now, even for dubs to be kind of close, but that's fucking surreal in that era when you were literally mailing digital tapes, basically.
Actual physical
And
tapes,
and it's fast now because there's a lot of, coordination going on before air date. Here it's like they finish, then they send it over, and then they do what they can do with it.
Yeah. Well, that's why we get stuff like those early 02 toys in the US, where clearly they just had to write a description to get it on there. So it talks about Taichi, Sora, Davis, Kari, Healy.
Keeley. Oh god, I forgot about Keeley.
And it was just like literally something had to be thrown together for the toys, and someone just went, okay, the new characters, there's pictures of Taichi and Sora, that's what we're going with, the end. But 22 years still feels weird, especially since we still get most of that cast.
Yeah, a lot of them still around.
Yeah. And a lot of them were still around for when Robotech was dubbed. Literally, all we need is at some point Tony Oliver to show up.
Mm-hmm.
What are the
And
chances of that happening?
I don't know. I met him a couple years
he's
ago.
he's still
He's still
around dubbing.
around.
He's still around dubbing
Yeah.
stuff, often with Epcar. So it's not as impossible as you think. It's just I yeah, it's
Schedules.
schedules, and by that point he was doing other stuff. But yeah, it's not wouldn't be that shock for. I mean, do a Lupin gag where one's Epcar and one's Oliver.
Oh,
It'd
yeah.
be very easy. But yeah. And then we have, hey, look, I don't think we have any complaints about cards this week. So we get,
They are
Well,
so
yeah,
fucking pretty.
they're back to the good ones.
yeah, so let's go ahead and go over all the crazy card stuff, which I'm popping up in tabs right now. We start off with Blitzmon and Kaiser Leomon. The Blitzmon one's really fucking nice. Like, even among the nice ones, Blitzmon looks great. Then we got the nice magazine previews of Metal Greymon and the entire Harrismon line. Although, am I wrong, or does Harrismon himself look kind of off? Like, it doesn't quite look. I think it's the angle or something, because he looks kind of like bigger. So it's
I
a bit
can't
weird.
find that one.
I
I
will
think
send.
I think it's just like the way his leg is, because he's kind of like moved towards you. So just
Yeah,
like the perspective looks a
it
little.
might also be the way the teeth are done, where it almost looks like it's an evolution rather than him.
Yeah. That's maybe why I didn't see it at first, just
Yeah,
because I looked at
is
that
it?
and went, "That's not Arismon."
Yeah, that's the exact reaction I had when I first saw it. It's like, wow, Philmon seems fatter than I remember. Yeah. Then we get Magna Garurumon.
I thought it was a really faded Pulsemon evolution.
Then
It doesn't help with like the two-tone printing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then Magna Garurumon and Beowulfmon both look nice, although definitely got to give it to Magna Garurumon on those two. And Pulsemon, we got to see him. We got to see Bulkmon, Boutmon, and Kazuchimon. And
Pulsemon looks so cute.
I was gonna say, here's the thing: Pulsemon looks cute and fun, but the other three look so impressive, it kind of makes his look not so good.
I don't like the Pulsemon one.
Oh
I
no!
think the Boutmon one
He's
just
like in a
seems a
gym
little.
with a little battery-themed water
Oh
bottle.
no! I like
Yeah,
the art,
the,
but I'm saying next
He's
to the other
adorable.
three, which all look really impressive and
I don't
like
know. I think
themed
the
together.
Boutmon one gets
They look like they're
loses a
having
little bit.
roid rage.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
no!
Boutmon the
I
emphasis is too much on the light the cannon
see. The cannon,
or whatever he's shooting.
the foot. Boutmon's about to kick someone.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he's doing an axe kick.
Oh.
It,
Yeah, I can't. It looks like he's
Okay.
shooting a cannon. That Boutmon one doesn't impress me
it
at all.
does look like that, but zooming in like that's his leg.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Maybe he
I never
shoots
even
stuff from his
questioned that.
leg.
I never even
yeah.
questioned that it was an axe kick.
Okay, so the Boutmon is clearly the worst of the three.
Then we get Tortamon and the one that seemed to excite everyone, Mame Tyramon. Everyone seemed very excited by this one, especially how we get the
His
other,
expression.
and
I
then
mean,
we
it
get
looks
X
good.
Tyrannomon behind. Then we got Lucimon fall down mode and his attack Dead or Alive as an option card. This is a really good
That's
like
probably my
creepy
favorite so
cover.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one. And then we get Suzanumon and option card Ancient Evolution. The Suzanumon card's fucking fantastic looking. And I absolutely want anyone arguing about what that symbol means to not get it to be what they want it to be. Because it's
Oh
watching people stare
man.
at it go, I don't see much black there, or I don't think white can be used. There's not white in that rainbow. It's like until I see like a rule sheet, I would assume it's every color
I have to think that's
personally,
everybody.
because it's sort of like if I'm looking there, it's like it's not like we have orange as a color, but orange is there. It's just a rainbow. I would assume that to be everything until they clarify. Which
Yeah, I mean, it's not like because I have the Sylphimon card, and that one has both the red icon and the yellow icon. You
yeah,
can't do that with every color.
I would love to see them try. Frankly, just have like
Then
6
we
of them
wouldn't get
everywhere.
any art.
That's true. And I really like the Ancient Evolution artwork, where it's just it's so nice just to see the way they do the spread out, the fan out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Combo attack.
Yeah. Then we got I always say his name, Guramon. Whatever his name is, along with Brave Metal, which is a reference to the Chronicle mini art comic stuff. Because
It's
we see
so
him,
fluffy, I want to pet it.
because we see, which one?
Doraemon.
That's what I
You want to
thought, but I
pet
wanted to make sure.
Brave Metal.
Yeah. I wish it was more clear what Goramon's doing here. Like, is he just flying in lightning, or is this like a fight? That's the only
It
thing
looks
about
like he's
his.
fighting Omegamon.
He's always
Well,
fighting.
no, that's the other one. I'm not saying their names right. Assume I'm not talking about Brave Metal at the moment.
Okay, which one are you talking about? The Digimon card or the
Or
item card?
The actual Digimon card.
Doraemon, yeah.
Yeah,
He's just flying
that's what I thought.
in a storm.
Yeah. And then we got to see 4 of the campaign cards from Fun Digica. I like these, but there's something, the shading just makes them look weird to me.
They look
Oh.
like the box art for the DVD sets, the Blu-ray sets.
Yeah.
They're kind of colored like that.
Well, that's the thing is the shading's done in a different way than those. That's why it's almost like it's not pastel-y,
It's
but it's
V-Tamer.
almost there.
It's V-Tamer style.
Is it?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure I
look at
read
the way
that.
that the look at the covers of the V-Tamer manga. It's pretty much that exact coloring style.
Huh.
Hmm.
I know. My issue is these feel like poses we've seen before, even though I think these are all new. The Joe and the Koshiro ones are the ones that set off my alarm bell for maybe we've seen these before. But I don't know. But yeah, I like
I mean,
these.
they're just generically standing there,
Oh,
so it's gonna
I,
be familiar.
I saw the best response of seeing these. Someone going, just think this is the last time we're gonna see Tai Chi and the others in the card game anytime soon. And I just started to
What?
laugh.
Really?
Do you know why I laughed? Because with Adventure
Because they're
over,
horribly wrong.
they have not used the actual versions of them from the original Adventure cartoon. They used Kazuna, they used the new show. They can swing back and do
They
Adventure in
used
02.
Zero too. They still haven't used the originals. Yeah.
Did they use these from Zero too?
Oh, they haven't used the older kids from Zero
Yeah,
too.
we only saw
Daisuke
Ken
and
and
Ken.
Daisuke, I think. Man, it's weird to think how much stuff's coming up. Especially when you consider that we're getting like the crazy ass Frontier set. Like, it's amazing how much crazy Frontier stuff is showing up in the set so far. And then they announced an online event, which, hey, look, the Tamers cards are there. None of us can be involved, but good for that. And they delayed the card championship to October in Japan. We'll see.
Who knows? Might get pushed back even farther at this point.
See, the problem there is they're not pushing back all of them, which at some point they kind of they'll have to probably do. I'm gonna guess if they have to push it back much further, they'll go to you do it locally at a shop and there'll be cameras and stuff, which they've done for other events anyways. Then Fun Digica did a few matches, and then Digimon Card Battle did a few matches, and don't worry, we have the screenshot of another special guest this week. I'm waiting for AR to see this one.
I mean, it's
Oh, I
slightly more
see.
effort than the last one.
Yeah, it's better.
It
Somehow it's better.
less Nannymon. Oh god, I really hope they keep doing these because
I mean, honestly, if you're gonna do that, go all in.
they're so fucking stupid. Oh god, it's amazing and stupid at the same time, especially since he's sitting there looking so serious. Oh,
He,
He's ready to
he
dip
kind of
into the hot
reminds me
spring.
of what the hell is it from Mega Man, the asshole,
Dr. Wily?
Dr.
Wily.
Wily.
Oh god, this could be a young Dr. Wily,
It's,
couldn't it?
it's young Dr. Wily before his hair turned white.
And then for Digimon, we got a new Digimon profile. They went over hybrid forms, spirits, and I know these have been used on cards and a few other places. I believe this is the first time we've ever gotten like really good, clean looks of all the profile style spirit artwork. Dev, these haven't shown up like crisp and clean anywhere before, have they?
Oh god, no. I think some of them might have
They've
been
been in
like on
guidebooks, but
Digimon
not great.
collectors cards, but
Yeah, never like crisp, clean, and nice to look at it though, as far as I know at
no,
least.
it's like tiny, squinting,
Yeah,
grainy bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So like we get to see, like the human spirit of fire. We get to see whatever the fuck the Shidomon spirit's supposed to be.
Yeah, we've seen Frontier,
Yeah.
but it's
Uh,
a nice reminder. It's sweet.
yeah, it's nice to see all these, and they clarify the number of hybrid Digimon, 32, which counts all the ones you would expect it to, including Strabimon and Flamon and
Oh,
all those.
okay.
Because I believe 32 equates to all of them.
I
I still wish
don't
at
feel
some
like
point they'll
crunching the
come out
numbers
with
right now.
other
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. In my head, I'm trying to do it while also still talking. So
Yeah, it's yeah. Let's not try to do the
it's it's
math on that.
it's close. Let's go with close enough. And then they did a new poll, and when I saw the poll and started trying to translate it, at first I thought I was on the wrong page. When it's like
Yeah, because it
summer.
looks almost exactly like the other one.
Well, here's the thing: the text is entirely different. But when I start doing it, I'm like, summer continues to be hot. I'm like, didn't I just fucking do this like 2 weeks ago? And it's like, no, this is definitely different. This time it's doing activities with Digimon, and the activities are themed around the Digimon, which I actually like. So, having shaved ice from Daipenmon, curling showdown with Penmon. Did I say Penmon before or Daipenmon?
You said
They
pen.
You said
okay.
Penmon. That's okay.
Okay. They put the
You're
two that
fine.
are most close to each other right next to each other. Scuba diving with Submarimon, fountain bath from Waymon, Sorcerymon using a Sub-Zero world. That one feels like a bit of a cheat, a little bit.
Yeah, that one's
You and
Just go
Chalk,
straight to Narnia.
you and Chalkmon launching snowballs at each other, and a Rukamon show where you get splashed by water from dynamic jumps. See, I'm lazy, so I feel like I'd go with the Daipenmon one.
I don't really like shaved ice, so I'd go
I
with Sorcerymon.
shaved ice is a little overrated, so I'm either scuba diving or curling.
Well, isn't the point of shaved ice just really to be cold and to get syrup into you?
Yeah, but it goes away after like 2 minutes.
Well, that's the thing. He's
Well,
a
I'm
giant.
from Philly and we have like water
He's
ice,
he's a
so that's even
he's a
better.
giant snow cone maker. You don't need to worry
How
about
do,
it going away.
well, what's the syrup situation though? Like,
I would
yes, he can
assume.
produce the shaved ice, but where's the syrup? Like,
Okay,
what's the
here's what I would
situation
assume.
there?
I would assume it is equivalent to going into an actual snow cone shop. I don't know if you guys have those where you are. They occasionally do
We
pop up here.
we don't have shops. We have food trucks that will do snow cones.
Oh, out here there's actual snow cone shops, like
Right,
multiple.
because
Nah, here we don't
it's
have.
California, and California is perennially on fire.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
As we've seen in the past with this show.
Yes. In Wisconsin, snow cones are more of a seasonal thing.
Here, snow cones are something that you get from like a convenience store
Yeah,
freezer.
I'm zooming in on a map of my city to try to figure out how many snow cone places there are that just do snow cones. I guess technically 0 because the one place I can find that's a shaved ice place also has in parentheses and ice cream.
Yeah, having said that, of all of these 7 options, the only thing I have actually done this summer is have a snow cone.
Snow cone wins.
No, it still doesn't, but I'm just acknowledging that.
And then, hey, look, right after me and Dev ordered them, US releases of the Digimon figures.
Like, you son of a bitches.
Although the funny part is, I think the price doesn't end up that much different. It just a little bit more, and we don't have to wait as long. But literally, like, I think it was like 2 days after me and Dev ordered, or 3 days, somewhere around there.
No, I think it was 2.
It was
I was like,
somewhere around there.
so
Yeah, I just remembered laughing when I saw it because, I mean, orders in, orders paid for. It was just funny to see it pop up literally right then. And pre-orders are open for these a lot longer than they are in Japan. Like here it was like early July to I think today actually. These are open and they're open until like December, I think, in the US. So plenty of time for someone to decide. Look at that Devimon with those hands just saying, "Hey, give me a fucking snow cone." 2 snow cones actually. But I'm
water ice.
not sure he could hold the cones with that shape though. He could hold the snow though.
He could hold a cup of water ice, which is far superior.
Maybe. I'm mostly just looking
I
at
know what
that
I'm
pulse.
about.
I'm just mostly looking at that Pulsemon and laughing because it's just
He's got to
amusing.
go fast.
Yes, he does. And then we get our first hints at a US release of the X2. Well, the second time we've gotten the X2 because Premium Bandai did their version and we got it. Red and gold, purple and silver as you'd expect, and then gray and gold and navy and silver. I'm trying to decide how dark they need to make that navy so it will actually stand out with how many times they've done see-through blue. I assume it will be see-through. It may not, but they've done see-through blue a number of times recently. The 20th had transparent blue wave 2. I don't think they did blue again. But then if they do the X3, that's going to be blue, so we'll see. We expect the lineup for these to be the same. And the estimated date, I believe, was March, April. I'm going to go ahead and guess $20 again. That's just my guess, though.
I mean, so far all of them have been about that, give or take $1 or 2.
Minus when they're on sale, which is often. And then, hey, we had some fun Vital Bracelet news. The full English app is there, and thank God they did not try to make it a separate app, and it just is a toggle in the old one, so people didn't have to deal with trying to transfer data or anything. It's just an easy to use toggle, and it's basically all English. Makes it very easy for people to use. People were very happy about this until like last night when they started flipping out. Because I guess one of the raid prizes didn't deliver properly. My
Oh,
understanding is
no.
it's been delivered at this point, but like, oh, good, you get to see on social media 100 people messaging the random Japanese social media like they're expecting a response. And the funny part was multiple people knew what happened on Twitter. They were commenting. It was a repeat of the Diablomon raid, I think. The prizes they gave were copies of the original. They just hadn't programmed in the new
Mm,
prize.
mhm.
So my understanding is they got that dealt with and everyone got their prizes, so that worked fine. And then we have new dim cards and Digimon Classroom went over them. There was some sort of punishment for how they trained them, but I'm not sure what was going on there. I just know the one guy did not look very happy at one point. But I'm not 100% sure. And then we got the profile art of Gravimon since he was in the episode. Is this one we didn't have high resolution before, Dev? I don't remember.
I think we only had like around like the 320
Okay. Yeah.
pixel one.
Okay. We didn't have the nicer. This one we needed a bit larger because there's so much random X-Force Rob Liefeld
Belts.
details on here. There's a lot of belts. I don't see any pouches, so that may not count, but yeah. There's the Naruto headband, and then from the new uh, Hermit in the Jungle Dim card, we get to see Hydramon, and
It's Violante.
once
It's
again,
one that I'm surprised they hadn't gotten to yet.
Digimon fans have to come up with better jokes because I saw 1,000 different people going "Hail Hydramon."
Oh, come on.
You're
It's
better than
obviously
that. You're
Violante.
better than that Digimon fandom.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
We know this.
No.
Hey, I hold out hope that we'll get to see good and original jokes someday. I turned to our chat
Yeah, I
slowly to
guess
see
you're
if
getting
anyone
your
had said
crest.
it yet. I like the design. It's a very neat kaiju-esque monster.
Yeah,
And
it's a little.
and
It's
I
not what you would expect from something called Hydramon. It's only got 3 heads. Like
and I
they
should
kind of
have
got the multi-headed thing covered with Orochimaru, so they went in a different direction, and I appreciate that.
and I especially like how everyone, myself included, if you look at the image small enough, you don't realize that the yellow is not the middle one's lower jaw. When you see the image small enough where you don't see the detail, it really looks like the yellow is his mouth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. And then time for questions. And while you guys think those up, I'm going to throw over something to Dev and AR to amuse and annoy them. I was telling them earlier, a new Blu-ray's been announced with the laziest cover art imaginable. Because, sometimes we kind of take the piss out of some of the random Digimon art we get, like the long neck Sora. And this is an example of, wow, it can be worse.
Can it?
So Criterion has licensed Citizen Kane is doing the first 4K release of the movie.
Well, this is
Now,
what you're talking. Okay, I think I'd seen this
yeah.
one before.
So they showed
I
off
saw some discourse.
the covers for their first 4K releases earlier today, and Citizen Kane has a lot of great images to base an image off because Criterion often hires, high-end artists to
Sure.
do new stuff. And I'm not going to post in the chat because AR and Dev can explain it to you guys about the cover for Citizen Kane.
The fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, no,
just a
I'd seen
K.
this.
It's just
Just
a
a K.
K. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a slightly fancier K. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat. It's a slightly fancier K than they could have gone with, but not going to go with the sled or Orson Welles. It's just a fucking K. And also,
Is
that,
the
that,
top left? Is the C at the top left? Is that a Criterion logo?
yes.
Okay, just making sure because if that was like a CK,
No,
that
no,
would
no, no. No,
almost
that's the
redeem it.
Criterion. That's the Criterion logo.
But
The
okay,
little tab things at the bottom left's normal.
yeah.
Yeah,
That I knew.
it's just like really
It's just a
that's
K.
like not even.
It's just sitting there waiting for Vanna to flip it over.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't even flip them anymore. She tap it over.
I'm nostalgic.
Aren't we all? But yeah. Oh fuck that.
Rosebud.
Here's the funny thing was I didn't see the cover originally. I just see people like making random it was like Kermit the Frog on Sesame Street holding the letter K with
I was
someone.
gonna
And
say
they're like,
that's a Sesame Street joke right
yeah,
there.
and it's like, oh, look at all the effort Kermit the Frog's going to for Citizen Kane. I'm like, that's kind of a weird comment. They already announced the Blu-ray. I don't get the joke. And then later, I'm looking and I'm like, oh, fuck. And yeah, it was like, wow, that's
The
impressively
designer
terrible.
of this one had a really tight
Look,
deadline, kind of
look,
lost track of
I
time, kind
want
of
to,
procrastinated, and
I
did
Probably
their
want,
did it on
best
their
in the
phone.
last minute.
I want to retroactively apologize to Criterion for their Godzilla cover I didn't like because that at least had effort.
Did it at least have Godzilla on it?
It has the wrong Godzilla on it. Because
Partial credit.
it's new art for the original Godzilla movie, and the artist did like you see him from the back, so did like a composite Godzilla. So like it has the familiar things people would recognize of Godzilla, but not specifically the original. And it's like that's kind of fucking weird when it's a fancy release of the first movie, and instead it's like kind of looking like the one from 2000. But I'll
Maybe this is the reaction of everyone who sees it on the shelf and
okay,
understands that Citizen Kane is a fantastic
okay,
movie and
and not
but has
gonna
never
buy it.
actually seen it, but they look at it and go, okay.
Exactly. Okay, questions. The first one was sudden. Why do you think it took so long to announce a Kazuna sequel? It wasn't really that long.
I was gonna
No,
say
well
it
they
wasn't.
Like
no.
it was less than a year from the home video release, and we're still kind of in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah, and also, I mean, they stretched how long the Kazuna promotion lasted, partially because of the
Yeah.
pandemic. So Kazuna had longer legs
Yeah.
than usual.
Here's the thing. Then there's been like 3 or so events where we went. This could be when they're going to announce it. At least one time, an announcement was actually missing from the official site, and I
Yeah.
still think that was when they did the live commentary. And do you
Sounds
remember
right.
what I said? Do you remember what I said then? The way they put up news, everything's numbered, and one was
Mhm.
blank. I think they were going to announce it then and decide to wait for Digifest.
Mm.
Because I still don't get why they randomly had the director there. But yeah.
Also, it's like we can be pretty confident that this is going to be a follow-up to Kazuna, but it's not no guarantee this is going to be a hard sequel to it.
Eh, the problem with the hard sequel in this one is there's really only one thing to follow up on, and absolutely I expect it to be just the one thing we already know suggests it's a follow up. Someone shows up with a Digivice and no Digimon and goes, "I'm the first one to have a partner." That
Yeah, but
I
that's
mean,
what I mean. It's like based on Kazuna, I'm like, okay, that's what happens.
don't worry,
Tough.
Yeah.
don't worry. We'll get exactly what you want, AR. In the first 5 minutes,
Like,
Taichi will kick
unfortunately for the
Daisuke out.
dog themed Digimon, and I left chocolate out, and I'm sorry.
The math magician wants to know: do you think we'll see the actual Seraphimon and Ophanimon debut before or after we see who the final boss is? Not counting any post-final boss like Apocalypse. I think
Actually, that's not a bad question. I think it's going to be
same episode.
after.
It feels like
I
same
think it's
episode.
going to be. I think it's going to be the first miracle intervention, but not the final one.
Is the final one gonna be Goku with the spirit bomb?
It's yeah.
Probably.
Well, it's going to be some form of. It's going to be a new form of Omegamon.
I would absolutely love if it wasn't. Just because.
It has been a long time since we've seen Omegamon.
Yeah, it was 20-ish,
Nidogmon.
25. Yeah.
Yeah.
Omegamon beat up not quite Godzilla and then went on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Someone wants to know, what do we want musically from Ghost Game?
Ska.
Obviously, we want the theme song by Simple Plan, of course. Like that one season of Scooby Doo.
Um, I I honestly wouldn't mind if the music kind of continues on how it's been an adventure, to be honest.
I want
I
more
think
than
they.
one opening theme.
Yeah, I think
Oh, I definitely would also.
My problem with the music in Adventure is that it repeats the same motif constantly, and I
Yeah,
want them
but
to get
that's all.
away from
That's
that and
also
do
a
something
budget
different.
thing.
Well,
I
that
wouldn't be
doesn't mean
that
I
shocked.
can't complain
Oh
about it.
no, absolutely you can complain about it. I just mean if that's what they've decided is the budget for the music, it'll be interesting to see. Because here's the thing, it's also been, and we even saw in the little interview booklet from the thing, it's him working around the time he had to do stuff with a pandemic as things went on. So it'll
Yeah,
be interesting to see.
which means I don't want them to do that. Let's mix it up more.
So you say that, but it's just gonna be like a techno EDM remix of Butterfly.
Oh
I
God.
mean, honestly, I'm kind of okay with that.
I, it's still an improvement.
And
Get
then
It's
some
gonna be like it's gonna be a
get some
mashup
weird
of
like
Cruel Angel's Thesis and Butterfly.
yeah, get some
uh,
weird spooky like dulcimer in there and
just use the
you know.
Scooby Doo theme.
I said Simple Plan.
A good Scooby Doo theme. That's
Oh. Wow, now who's picky?
and then someone wanted to know, could Digimon be redubbed like Sailor Moon or Gundam Seed were? Could it? Yes. Will it?
Why bother?
No.
Yeah,
Because
there's no point.
so here's the thing. Let's look at the example. Sailor Moon didn't have a consistent dub. They have to deal with a creator who gets say and probably want Viz probably wanted to do one release because it's not like stuff synced up and they were trying to market it as, oh, it's Sailor Moon, the big thing. Gundam Seed, they had the issue of the HD version doesn't line up with the original because they
Mm.
redid much of the show. So you kind of have to, unless you're going to try to, you know, smash the dub in, which has been done before, but makes sense not to. And as much as people are like, Toei doesn't like the US Digimon, they 100% do. And
What?
oh,
They
people
love
really do
it.
think they're against Yo. They not only love it, I still want to see more of they made a Digimon Adventure logo based on our logo. I want to see that
Yeah,
again.
yeah, Sailor Moon, the dub of Sailor Moon, like even from the
Has
start, a
issues.
lot of fans, people were kind of,
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
about this. Everyone who got into Digimon from the dub loves the dub.
And
Like
even if they
it's
and even if they don't, it's so small it doesn't matter as far as
yeah.
marketability goes.
I mean,
Like
there are so many people who are refusing to watch the new series on Crunchyroll because it doesn't
yeah,
have the
yeah.
dub like it was in the old days. Like they want like Jeff Nimoy put in charge of the
No,
dub of the new
exactly.
series.
I think especially the people who aren't from the US, Canada, UK and didn't grow up with it, they don't understand that any complaints they hear about the dub are so tiny compared to uh, well, fourth biggest brand they have. And
Mhm.
a lot of that is from international sales just throwing that English logo on stuff. So yeah. Um let's see. Matias wants to know, do we think Ghost Game will focus more on the plot than Atmon and Adventure?
No.
Depends on how many toys they have to sell.
Actually, I think it's going to be very close to Atmon and being pretty
Yeah, that's
episodic
weird.
for the most part, but hopefully building to something bigger that blows up at the end of the series.
I just want to have a show to watch for half an hour and be vaguely entertained. I
I
mean
want
that
cute, adorable monsters that try and
Yeah,
murder each other.
something like the idea of Ghost Game, it just feels like something that can turn very episodic very quickly.
yeah, whenever I look at Ghost Games, you know what honestly pops into my head? Them going, it's about 8 or 9 years before we can bring back Kitaro. What can we do? Because I look at it, I see the silhouettes behind. It's like because they very much have wanted to do not quite Digimon Yokai, but something akin to that. And it feels like there's a softer Kitaro vibe to this. So we'll see. Um, and then somebody wants to know, what kind of toys do you expect or want for Ghost Game?
I need to know more about the mechanics of Ghost Game before I can really say that.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
card game and Digivice were taken care of, so we can
Yeah.
skip those.
I'd
Um,
actually really like some of more of the Digimon style figures because
See, the very fact that they've only hinted at the two normal ones feels like Ghost Game's gonna be the other one.
yeah, and the from what I've seen of the whole three designs they have so far, they would look good in that style. They'd be cute.
Although the one
We're
may
getting
not
it.
fit in the
We better
cage.
we do need to have a giant life-size plush of Angoramon at some point. I think that
I
needs
mean,
to
I can
happen.
make
I
one.
could use a new pillow.
I'm pretty sure. Well, no, life size would not be a pillow. Life size would be that fucking Snorlax bed thing
Perfect.
that they sold for
Yep,
like
I
seven.
totally can make that. I can make it
What was
a
it? 7 or
beanbag
eight
chair
hundred, I
cover.
think. Yeah, exactly. Um,
Yeah, do that. Do that.
it feels like the Shoto figures have been relatively well received. So based on the proportions of characters, it wouldn't be shocking to get those. I wouldn't even be shocked for like to bring back Digicall for like one more round.
Ooh.
Ooh. Huh.
Because
Yeah, maybe.
I guess it's kind of a cheat when for adventure they could just use the ones they made before. But like you could bring those back for like one more. The only time you have an issue is with Angoramon because
Yeah.
the proportions makes it feel
The
like he's
scale of that.
here's the thing. Technically speaking, we have not seen him to scale next to the humans, but it feels like he's going to be about like 12 feet tall, doesn't it?
No, I think he's smaller. I think he's going to be smaller than that, honestly.
I expect more like 7.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe
maybe,
even.
but what I mean is he's going to be big.
He's gonna be a chonker.
Yeah, but yeah, it feels like. Plus, we already know about the Digivice and that stuff. The cheat answer is plushes of some sort.
Oh, there's also like keychains and like the gotcha
To be fair,
figurine.
they actually went with toys, especially with keychains. Keychains aren't fun to.
Clear
I
file.
mean, I used to like for the Pokemon ones, I used to take the keychain part off of them.
See, now imagining Dev sitting there playing with a clear file, like bashing them into each other. Now that AR said that.
I mean, I would definitely use them as like scenery and then have them fight to death in front of it.
Yeah. And then
I'm not
Galhart.
letting you near my. I'm not letting you near my one side Atmon, the other side try clear file. It seems like you'd end that poorly.
And, and then from Galhart, you're now in charge of the product division, in charge of Digimon. What's a product you want to release, even if it gets you fired?
For reasons that will become clear later that have put it in my mind, I'm going to release a retroactive Cross Wars character song drama.
Will one of them be by Joe Hoops? Um,
I mean, I've already got the
One's
cat. They
art
already got the
books
whole
with
cast in
concept
the new
art.
adventure anyway. It's not too hard to get them all back together.
I want concept art books.
Oh yeah.
I
There
mean,
you go.
It's like sure,
they still
occasionally
do
we'd get
those.
like profile
Yeah.
art, but we haven't really gotten like really
I
good ones.
see. The problem is like
Like I want to see the prototypes.
I would want all the different mangas to get a U.S. release in English. All of them.
Yes.
And I want some of the names to be where people will be picky about them, like actually release it as Digimon V Tamer instead of the full title. And then you have people going, that's not the title. It's Digimon Adventure V Tamer 01. 01's because Taichi and Zero Maru. Blah 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 blah.
Oh god.
But
Okay,
then
I'm gonna be the one localizing it, and then I'm gonna spell Ulforce Vidramon as Alforce Vidramon, and no one will be able
see,
to stop me.
so when I first saw that name spelled out, I thought it was AI Force. When I first saw it, because people did used to translate it with the A, so I thought it was AI Force Vidramon.
I don't think that kind of
I
works
thought it was
out. I think
Alforce like
Well,
Alpha.
I'm not
Force.
talking about that. I'm talking about the way people used to write the name in English was an A instead of a U. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying when it was written that way, I thought it was supposed to be AI Force. So
I can
yeah,
definitely see that, especially with the L and I with the
yeah,
font.
yeah. A lot of fonts, the lowercase L and capital I are the same thing. That's why when I write it, I always type the L using a capital so that people can be sure what they're reading.
Is that why you
User
do it?
interface force.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's why I always capitalize the L in that.
I see.
Exactly. And then this is one we all don't even agree on if this has been done. If someone asked for the podcast, I forgot if you three answered this question before. But what are your favorite Digimon character songs? I believe me and Dev said yes, we did 2 weeks ago, and AR went no, that was just 02.
About I guess we were talking about some of our favorites, but I don't think we ever like narrowed down
Well,
like if we were to give like a top 5 or whatever.
I don't think we did like a full countdown, but I think we talked about our favorites. That's why we went, oh, the Koshiro one is really good too, and we use that as a theme. And that's
Yeah, I
not
think we just
02.
kind of gushed over them for a little
Yeah,
while and didn't really
yeah. The
narrow
only
down which specifically our favorites are for
Yeah,
each.
some of those I haven't heard in a long time. The ones I always remember, is it Super Girl or Super Gal?
Supergirl.
Gal.
Super Gal's a different show.
Okay, Mimi. Yeah, I like that show too. Mimi's, Miyako's, which I don't remember the name. I just know it sounds like a
Crash,
Mega Man song.
Crash the
Crash to Bingo.
Bingo.
Yes. But yeah, those are the only ones I remember off the top of my head.
I
Oh,
actually I
and
went back and
Armadimons,
kind
I
of
remember.
revisited.
I don't like it. It's one of the few I remember.
Which one?
Armadimons,
Oh God.
because you need to have earplugs in to listen to it.
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't go into those. So yeah, I picked. I did a proper 5. The 5 I came up with for like my favorites. I did Itskani Iro. Jury Song from Girls Festival is just a is just
Depressing.
it's depressing and also kind of a banger at the same time.
It
And
is.
I'm
I love
talking about
it
the
because
Girls
you love.
Festival song.
It's like a Vocaloid song. Where it's like, wow, this sounds really nice, and then you read the lyrics, like, oh,
Yeah,
oh.
it is. I
Look,
love it.
here's how you improve it and make it cheerful. Mix it with the Space Jam theme. It worked
I
with
like
it worked with every song we listened to before the podcast.
oh, Ian actually mentioned it. Yeah, with Broken Wings, Koichi song from Frontier. That's a bop. I like Focus from Takeru 02 song Focus. I do really
Pretty much
like.
everything from the Frontier one, especially
I,
like Koji's too, like In the Blue.
They're
That
all
one's
good.
really
They're
mellow.
all good songs. They're not all good singers.
I actually liked I actually thought the Try ones were pretty good in general.
Yeah, the one I put down from the Try one is Sora's. You may know Kanao Basho. I actually hadn't listened to the Try ones in a very long time and went back to those, and Sora's was the one that stuck out for me. And then I also put down Wander Beat from the Abmon album, Astra Musimon song.
I
It's
don't
hard to pick
remember.
a it's hard to pick a favorite of the
Yeah,
Abmon
I'm
songs. I
thinking
like
about.
all of those.
It's weird. I haven't listened to the Atmon ones in a while. For whatever reason, when you said the Astra song, I just went, "Oh, I don't think I like that one." I don't remember it, to be fair, but for some reason,
It's very stream of consciousness, like Rip Slime style.
okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
just know when you said it, my brain went, "Ooh, no." But I honestly don't remember the song, and I need to
Well, you can
re-listen
pick a
to it to
different
check.
Atmon song you like because they're all pretty good.
I still need to listen to those.
The best Atmon song is just Gatchmon as a ringtone.
I still use that from time to time
I
as a
think.
ringtone.
Ah, and then let's see. Did we miss any in the chat? Let's see. I think we got all the ones in the chat, so this is your last chance. And then someone wanted to know, did we watch the Evangelion film and what did we think? And I believe this was sent in before I watched it. I just didn't notice the question had been sent in. So I did watch it after the question was sent in, but before I saw it.
I still haven't had a chance to see it.
I haven't actually partaken of anything Evangelion since watching End of Evangelion a million years ago. I
Yeah.
just have not. I've just kind of tuned out of it since then. I just
Yeah,
haven't had an interest in revisiting of going back to it.
yeah. So it's weird because obviously I can only say so much because I'm just not going to spoil the movie. It is very much the anti-Evangelion. Like I came out of it feeling life affirmed, which is not generally something you think of when you think of, hey, think about how Evangelion ended. You just kind of go, oh, like it.
Yeah, so they're like, eh.
It is very
Like this
much,
this feels like a mental breakdown.
yeah, it is very much different, and it makes you feel positive, I would say. But I really liked it, to be honest. And I kind of was going in not thinking I'd enjoy it because I was even at the point like, I don't really need to watch it. I'll watch it, some point down the line. I have other stuff to do. And then it was like Friday. It was like 10 p.m. Someone said something about Evan Gilman. It's like, ah, damn it. Then I walked out to my couch and watched it. Where it's like, okay, might as well. And then I start the movie and I'm feeling kind of pissed off because the stream's like 200p originally.
Ooh.
Like it
Gee.
like I posted a tweet and it literally was like, stopping the movie to try to get it started. And I was just kind of pissed off and upset because it
Hmm.
just I'm finding the image because it's so fucking horrible. Like, there it is, and for you too. Yeah,
Let me
Oh,
pull it because they had the different thing up.
yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I tossed that in the chat also, because it was fine, but subtitles weren't coming up properly. Then it was only loading the captions, not the actual sub. I'm like, fine, I'll watch the dub. I don't need to see its subtitle first. It doesn't matter. I start the dub, and then the signed subtitles at the beginning are so small, are overly small. It's like, go and reset them because this is a newer device and I hadn't changed the subtitle settings. Fine, I go back to the movie and then the movie's up. It's like, oh fuck, can I just watch the fucking movie?
I don't know if I've ever actually watched Evangelion dubbed, which is strange to say because I'm friends with like all of the actors in that.
Yeah.
It's good.
But yeah, I was super happy with it once I got past all that and got past. Saying this is 200p might be like an insult to 200p, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's X Evolution quality.
That's insulting X Evolution.
yeah,
Frame rates right
yeah.
there.
This is actually worse than X Evolution, which is saying something. But yeah, I was honestly pretty happy with the movie.
Okay, I might have. Maybe I'll just one of these days just go back and revisit. Like, I'll just watch all the movies that came out.
The
Yeah,
music is really fucking good for them.
Well, I would expect that. That's always been a plus for Evangelion.
well, yeah, it's easy when you end with Utada Hikaru.
Yes.
It's not hard to have good music in that case. But yeah, but even the end theme to the last movie, it feels like the movie bleeds into the song, and it just worked really well. And I was super happy with it, to be honest.
Hmm,
So yeah, um, I don't think there are any more questions. Scroll up and look.
I didn't see any.
Yeah. So AR, where can they find you, and are you doing anything that's worth anyone's time?
My site is digimon.firstagent.net, has reviews of the latest episodes. My Twitter is First Agent ARP. I don't know if I'll get to some. I might try to get to something this week. I've got a couple questions in the inbox to clear out, so maybe you'll see something this week.
I was looking for Charles Barkley on Wikimon just to see if it came up.
Oh my god,
Uh,
why?
Because I needed
Because
it
he
to set up
lives
the
only to
joke.
torment me.
Dev, what Wikimon article would you like people to read this week? Since they cannot
They
read
should
about
look at
Charles
they
Barkley.
should look at Penmon.
There you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at Penmon right now.
Is
They perform
Penmon
curling.
is Penmon blue Muchomon or is Muchomon red Penmon?
Muchomon is red Penmon, as I
Okay,
recall.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it was basically in. It's like, yeah, we need to pad this out, and we don't want to use any more 3D models. Just fucking recolor it.
yeah, it was
They're not
Digimon.
related. They
It was
just look alike.
Digimon World 1, right, wasn't it?
Think so, yeah, because you have to play like a curling
Yeah,
game to.
yeah.
You know, that saying that there's a curling game makes me want to play Digimon World 1 more than anything I had ever heard about the game prior to this.
Yeah, you won't be happy, even with the
I
curling.
don't expect to be, but just the fact that there's a curling game intrigues me.
I feel bad. I feel bad. That I mean, I don't think you're going to, but if you do,
No, I'm not
that's
going to.
yeah. If you do,
No, no.
that's gonna be a
Ooh.
section called "Why is AR upset this week?" and it's not adventure.
I have
We
to
could
see
have
if
a whole
curling
section.
is part of the Mario and Sonic Winter Olympics series.
I've never played one of those games, and I'm gonna go ahead and say for a fact it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even need to look, and I'm doing it looking anyways, just because curling. Oh my! See, Dev, this is why you need to step up. Curling has an article on the Mario Wiki. In fact, I think curling has multiple articles on the Mario Wiki. 1 second. Okay,
Wow.
there are 2 articles and 1 non-article that needs to be made. There's an actual subcategory for curling on the Mario Wiki. Dev, you need to do better.
Why?
Mm.
I'm linking Dev and AR the page so they can see I'm not making this up. There's a sub,
curling was also featured on a couple of triacrylics, so
but
you can
look,
have multiple
you
sections.
don't just get curling. Curling may refer to curling, an event in the Wii version of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. Curling, an event in the Nintendo DS version of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. Curling, an event in Mario and Sonic at the Sochi 2014 Olympic Winter Games. And they appear to be different fucking articles for two of them. And I'm looking in, and yes, they are. Oh my god, they're
Jesus.
actually different. They're actually
How
different fucking.
different can they be between games?
No,
It's fucking curling.
it's the same game between Wii and the DS. Dev,
Yeah,
pull up the
I
articles
was
and look.
like, that
They're
would
different
be
They're
the
entirely different articles.
Why?
Holy shit, Dev, have you pulled it up?
Why?
Have you pulled it up?
I did, and I'm going, why?
They're entirely different articles. It's not even like copy pasted. Holy shit, that's amazing. Dev, you need to step up heavily.
I am sad and depressed, and I'm working
But-
like 60 hours in retail.
Oh my god, scroll to the bottom of either one.
Trivia?
Scroll to the bottom. No, go above the trivia. They tell you how curling's spelled in Japanese, just so you know.
Karingu.
Oh,
Good
that's
to know.
amazing. But they don't have meaning filled out, which feels like they should just put curling. Oh man, and
Sometimes you gotta curl.
Dev, aren't you glad you picked Penmon and we went down this weird fucking rabbit hole? Basketball.
You
There's
could have had
three.
a snow cone
There's
instead.
3 articles for basketball.
But snow cones suck. God, I want to go to
Oh,
water
man.
ice stand.
And I can be
Like-
found at With the Will as always. Oh my god, what? Wait, golf.
I mean, golf, I imagine, would be pretty substantial. I don't know if they have golf in the Mario Sonic Olympics games,
Okay,
but
wait.
Mario's been
Okay,
playing golf since the
okay,
Nintendo era.
if you type in golf, it takes you to an article about the old golf games for the Nintendo and the Game Boy, and it lets you know it's
Yeah.
about the 1984 video game. But there's a micro game called Golf. There's an
Yeah.
event in the 3DS version of Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, which you can
Yep.
see Golf event.
Yep.
And
Yep.
for an overview of all golf-related titles, they have a page from Mario Golf which tells you about all the different. Oh my God, there's a chart. Holy shit! 1 second.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's a lot of golf.
Is this your first experience with the Mario wiki?
No. But like I scrolled
You
down.
seem surprised.
No, I scrolled down and I
saw
the character chart. I saw that and like I've seen the character charts before, but like especially some of the early ones, they didn't really have characters in them. So to see them actually go to the effort of putting like the original NES, because the original NES
What do
version
you
of
mean
golf
P.D.
is just Mario.
What do you mean P.D. Piranha wasn't in golf for a Nintendo from 1980? Whatever.
Exactly. It's like I hit the chart. I'm like, oh god, I forgot they have chart. Oh, good. And the Japanese title is Mario Gorofu, which means Mario Golf. They literally have it in different languages at the bottom, and meaning has Mario Golf in each one. Oh, I fucking love that.
I'm surprised they left Yoshi out of Mario Golf for Game Boy Color. How dare they?
Well, if you look, there aren't.
He knows what he did.
Well, if you look, that one's only Mario, Luigi, and Wario. I think you played as like a generic person in that one. That was like a story game where you played as none of the characters. I think.
I thought that was the N64 one, though.
No. Okay, here we go.
N6...
Okay, it sent me to the page. You get to pick between 4 different characters called Kid, Sherry, Joe, and Azalea.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then you can also pick Mario and Luigi, and then there's unlockable characters named Putz, Grace, Tiny, Genius, and Wario. Oh, Yoshi's in it. He's just not playable.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Link is also there as not playable, so take that as you wish. I think we've done everything we can going down the golf pit here. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. We will catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.